Hi guys, today I'll be showing you how to make 3 different interactions using Figma. So let's get right into it. So the first thing you want to do is make sure your assets are ready. So we have the ice effects, we have the card, we have the wrap, and next we'll be putting the wrap inside the card. And make sure it's aligned both vertically and horizontally. So if you want access to these assets, I'm going to be adding a link in the description where you can get these assets, a Figma link. The next thing we want to do is duplicate this card, and we're going to be renaming the first one front and the second one back, because we're actually creating the flip effect right now. So we are flipping it horizontally, and if you want to play around with the background of this, because it's going to be the back of the card, you can always like tweak things a little and do what you want to the background. For me, I'm just flipping the Visa card. I'm not doing much at the back, but if you want to, you're free to. So next I'm going to be duplicating this set of cards. So now we have 4 cards instead of 2 cards. And next I want to switch both cards, the position of both cards. I'm taking the one by the left to the right and the one by the right to the left. So next I want to rename them. I want to switch their names also. So this should be front and this should be back. Okay, that's nice. The next thing I want to do is I want to make sure that the naming of the cards, they are aligned. I want each set to be close to each other, and I want both of them to be I want the front to be on top of the back on the layers panel. So next I want to align them and join them together. So you just select them and you align them together. And next I'm creating a component. So I'm selecting both cards. We have 2 sets. I'm selecting a set and making a component with it. So I have done that with both sets, and I'm going to combine as variants. Next thing I want to do is prototyping. So this flip card effect is quite simple, straight to the point. So for my prototype settings, I will be using on drag because I want to swipe and it moves, not tap. So I used the same effect. I used smart animate ease out 300 milliseconds for both of them, and I prototype both of them to each other. And next I want to make a copy of this and put it inside my screen, my phone screen, and test this out in the prototype mode. So let's test this out and see how it looks. So when I drag this, it flips, which is nice. This is what we want. So this is nice. The next thing I want is a button that I can click on to unwrap my card. So I'm going to be creating a button on this screen, and I'm going to be using cool unwrap my card. And I'm going to be let's use Satoshi. You can use whatever font you want, but I'll just go with Satoshi right now. I will change the size to 16 and maybe a medium weight, and also I do not want to use plain black, so I'll use 21 21 21, and I will add an auto layout. So I'm just going to play around with auto layouts to see how how it looks. And I want my card to be black. I don't want it to be white, so just so it shows more, it stands out more. And I'm going to change this to white, not pure white also, because I do not want to use pure white. So like I said, play around with the auto layout. Just make sure you have a button that looks like what you want. So this should be 40. So next I would just align this. And let me see how that looks in the present view. I think I should make this bold. That's better. So I'm going to be duplicating this screen, so I need more space. So let me just rearrange this quickly. Make it so I can have space to duplicate the screen for other interactions. So I've duplicated my screen, and I'm taking out this card because I do not need it on the screen. This is the screen. This is the card unwrapping screen. And first of all, I'm detaching the instant, and I will take out the second card because you know we stacked 2 cards together, so I just need 1 card. So I've taken out the back, and what's left is front. So I want to play around with this card. That's why I detached it from the component. So I'm duplicating it and taking it to my component section. So yeah, I need some extra space here, just quickly. Yeah, so next thing I want to do here is I want to draw a rectangle here, and I'm going to be explaining why. You're going to be seeing why I'm drawing the rectangle later on in the video, but it's just like a little rectangle I'm going to be hiding. So yeah, I'm going to be removing the fill rather of this rectangle, and yeah, I'm going to be making sure it's inside the card. I want to make sure it's inside the card. The next thing, I want to add the ice effect. So I'm going to like be flipping this so it's the same direction with the card, like this 45 degrees, I think. Yeah, 45 degrees. And I'm going to be fitting it into the card. You have to make sure these things are inside the card, if not it will not show in your prototype mode. So I'm going to make sure this is looking good in the card, how I want it to look. And I'm going to clip the contents of this card. Don't forget to clip your card content so the things outside will not show. Now this ice effect, I'm going to hide it. I'm going to slide it out because I do not need it now. Just like how I hid the rectangle, I do not need it now, but yeah, I'm going to be needing it later. So next, I'm creating a component and a variant of this component. The variant, let's call the variant unwrapped, because this is how the card is going to look. I'm making how the card is going to look when it's unwrapped. And now remember the wrap we had before. I'm going to be sliding this down, sliding this wrap down. It's important to slide it down so you can have that sliding effect, except you do not want the sliding effect, and that's fine. Next, for my prototype setting, I'm going to be prototyping just the one at the top to the one below, and I'm going to be using 1 millisecond, and I'm also using Smart Animate is out 2000 milliseconds for the unwrapping time. So next, I'm going to copy this card and replace with what we already have here, and I'm duplicating this screen. So now I have 3 screens, and this card I'm going to be flipping it 45 degrees again. Yeah, 45 degrees. I'm not good with maths. But yeah, so I'm going to be taking it up, and I'm going to be changing the variant to the unwrapped variant. Next, I'm adding a button that will say freeze my card, because that's the button we are going to be clicking to freeze the card. So yeah, I'm just going to change the label of the already existing button. And next, I need another screen, making it 4 screens. So now I'm duplicating this screen, and I have 4 screens at the moment. Yeah, I have 4 screens at the moment. And this other button, remember that little rectangle that I hid? So yeah, we need it now. So I'm showing the fill, and I'm going to put like a corner radius so it fits the corner of the card. I just want it to not look like an alien right there. And I'm going to be detaching this instance because I also want to play around with this, and the component is going to limit me. Now if you look closely, there is a white border on the card by the side of the card, and if you want to take that out, all you have to do is change that white color, the FFFF, to 0%, the one the arrow is pointing at right now. And next, we want to change the color of the rectangle to blue, because ice is blue, like frozen color is blue. So yeah, I'm looking for I'm picking a color that is still on the color wheel of the red, that is close on the spectrum. And next, I want to add a border radius, so like I said, it doesn't look like an alien, it feels like it's part of the card. And just adjust the rectangle so it doesn't feel alienated or something. So the next thing I want to do here is to take the rectangle below, so I can still see the card details, because I want to see the card details. So on the layers panel, you just shift it down, and we are duplicating the screen again for the ice effects. Now the ice effects that we added earlier, that we hid, we are going to be bringing it out. So yeah, you just have to like align it to fit what you want, the way you want it to look. Just, you know, align it till you're satisfied. And I'm going to be changing this label to unfreeze, because at this point the card is frozen. So unfreeze my card, and when it's transitioning, I want this other button to be disabled. Yeah, so that's fine. And next, let's prototype the screens. So when I click on this, I want it to go to this page. On tap, smart animate in 300 milliseconds, because 2000 is a lot, and also a linear movement to be nice. The next, I want to prototype this whole screen because I want it to change after a while. So I'm using after delay. I'm going to be using, because I already have time on the card, prototype time on the card, so I'm going to be using 2300 milliseconds here, and I want it to animate in 500 milliseconds, which is not bad. So when I click freeze my card, I want it to change to that page in, let's say, 300 milliseconds. Next, I want this whole page to animate after a while. So if you want to use after delay, you have to be using a whole page. So after delay, I want this page to animate after 1000 milliseconds. I want it to smart animate to the frozen card in 600 milliseconds. So yeah, let's play this in preview and see what we've done. So let's flip. This works fine. So cool, unwrap my card. The unwrap works, and yeah, it has this effect of flying away, which I don't think is bad. Yeah, I think everything works, but you can always play around with the settings, with the timing. If you want to slower, let's try to like make it slower. If you want to slower, you can play around with it and say, okay, I want this effect to happen slower or faster. So let's just play around with the effect. So I want this to be slower, so let me make this 3000, and so it doesn't look bad actually. I think that time is fine, but let's change this to 800. So it switches, the switching, that's the 45-degree switching is slower, and I think these other effects are good. Yeah, I don't think I want to change anything here. So let's replay this in prototype mode. So yeah, I don't think it's bad. Well, I think I like it so far. Well, this is the end of the video, and thank you for watching. Bye.